All of a sudden, he'll walk over. It's like it's time to go.
So cute. All right. Well, we're going to be back tomorrow. Adam is in town with Andrew tomorrow, so they're going to be back tomorrow. I think their show starts at noon Eastern. I'll see you with Andrew tomorrow night. We do have an encore presentation coming up next. Linky, time to go home. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Who knew a little piece of plastic could be so much fun? Now, when you apply for the HSN card, instantly get $10 off. It's all about you. Extra flex on the things you love. Now, when you use your HSN card, you get extra flex all day, every day on all jewelry, beauty, and fashion purchases. Plus, no interest VIP financing, VIP easy returns, exclusive offers, all with no annual fee. Apply now. Call 1-800-695-1418 or search HSN card at hsn.com.
We love our gemstones to be beautiful, colorful, and durable. That's why we give some of them a little more love. Enhancements may require special care and may not be permanent, while others may last a lifetime. For more information, visit hsn.com and search Gemstone Guide to see our gemstone enhancement chart.
Okay, here we go. We have two wonderful today's specials to talk about. We have the Ultimate Eye, and for this time, only once a year we do this. It's bundled with astaxanthin, which you're going to learn more about from Andrew in just a minute. A lot of us are not taking, I'm not taking that yet, and Andrew looked at me like I had 3 heads when I told him I'm not taking astaxanthin. He's like, Colleen, what are you doing? So I'm ordering mine tonight with the astaxanthin.
But most important is you start with the Ultimate Eye. That's most important. Astaxanthin is a very expensive product. So, of course, if your budget is limited and we have to choose what we're going to be investing in, we most importantly invest in Ultimate Eye. And I'll talk about this in a moment, but I was reading an article the other day that talked about all of the established benefits for the nutrients we consume in a supplement, whether it's vitamin D or vitamin B12 or glucosamine, things that have been clinically established. And what was wonderful and surprising about that article is that they said the most established are the benefits of lutein and zeaxanthin. The benefits of lutein and zeaxanthin in an eye product, and now we'll talk about its benefits for the brain, are the most established, the greatest benefits, and certainly in our country, if we look at the value that we place on our eyes and all the work we're doing with our smartphones and computer monitors and the blue light we're exposed to, it's as important as it was before. It's now become absolutely critically important, and we'll talk about that at length. Lots of clinical quotes from the medical research and things like that. But I just wanted to also mention, well, we'll do why don't we go over the offer first, and then we'll do the Choco Nuvo too.
Perfect. So I'll show you what the choices are real quickly, whether or not you want to order just the Ultimate Eye or you want to order Ultimate Eye with the astaxanthin. First of all, you can order 40 capsules, 120 capsules, 360, or 720 capsules. So right out of the gate, you can get just the Ultimate Eye on its own, and frankly, it is a phenomenal value. If you decide to go with the big one, the 720, we normally never even carry this size. It's only for the today's special. The price at midnight goes up to $299. You're saving $140. Wow, wow, wow. So if you just want Ultimate Eye on its own without the astaxanthin, there are the choices. Most of us are going for the big one. However, now look what happens. If you want to order the Ultimate Eye 360 caps with the astaxanthin, 180 caps, or 720 caps of the Ultimate Eye with 360 caps of the astaxanthin, check this out. You are saving over $200. Just the astaxanthin on its own in this product is a $160 value. It's $160 value that we are including as part of that biggest bundle.
Buy one, get one free.
Exactly.
And depending on how you use the product, if you're sharing it with the Ultimate Eye, I take 2 capsules daily. Many people take 1 capsule daily. Many people take 1 capsule every other day. Even if you took 1 capsule a week, you probably are doubling your intake of lutein and zeaxanthin. That's how little lutein and zeaxanthin we get from our diet. Literally 1 capsule a week will double your intake. So there might be a recommended level you take, but unlike drugs, where a drug you have to take the specific amount to get the specific benefit, anything when it comes to taking a beneficial ingredient like lutein and zeaxanthin, improves where you are if you're increasing your intake from your dietary intake.
Okay, so it's a huge offer. I hope you're able to treat yourself. Frankly, there's 2 today's specials. We're all going to want to order both. And so we want to show you the Choco Nuvo real quickly so you can see what the choices are, because this is special as another today's special offer for you. I'm going to grab this from John real quick because he has a chart right here so it's easier. Thanks, John. So here you can just see real quickly what the choices are in the Choco Nuvo. You can do the 60, the 30, the 60, the 120, or the 300 yummy, delicious, amazing, healthy pieces of chocolate. Here's where the pricing would be. Holy moly! If you do the 300, you're getting 300 pieces for $129.90.
Special, larger size, best pricing ever because it goes away for 6 months.
Right.
So we don't ship this in summer because what makes Choco Nuvo unique, first of all, it's dark chocolate. But typically dark chocolate is resistant to melting because it's so dry and brittle. Our dark chocolate is creamy like milk chocolate, which is why even if you don't typically like dark chocolate, you will like this dark chocolate. You'll love this dark chocolate. In fact, Americans usually don't like dark chocolate, but this product is still over 80% positive reviews. I think about 75% 5-star reviews. Even better, you have one little square of this chocolate with 2 meals a day, you can expect your cholesterol to be going down 10 to 15%, or more. So you're talking about a product that's not only the most delicious, and it's only 26 calories in a little square, the most delicious chocolate in the world, and you have a choice of intensity 66, 74, or our extreme dark chocolate 91. When you use those chocolate, 1 piece with each meal, or say if you did each meal throughout the day, it's only 26 calories each, and you could expect your cholesterol to go down significantly.
Exactly. So if you're trying to decide, most people order the 74. It's right in the middle. But again, you can do 66, 74, or 91% chocolate. Now, here's the other thing to note. This is the 300 pieces. For that price of $129, it's unbelievable, but here's the deal. We have a special bonus buy available for you tonight, whereby if you'd like to get an additional 300 pieces, we're going to take another $10 off.
And that's by far best pricing ever. And we'll talk about that at length. We're going to talk about Ultimate Eye in a moment for about 15 minutes, and then we'll switch a little to Choco Nuvo. But you can find exotic chocolate, which isn't any better than this chocolate because it's also organic and fair trade. I tested thousands of varieties of chocolate. There's nothing like this chocolate. And this chocolate, you could find pieces that are going to be for a little square as much as $1. And with each piece, what you're looking at with those 300, if it was 300 capsules of my Cholestericare, that would cost almost $100 on its own. And mind you, each piece contains the equivalent of Cholestericare of 1 capsule. So that's why it lowers your cholesterol, and you get the protective compounds that are present in dark chocolate. So we'll talk about that. Okay. So we have both of these, and we'll talk about Ultimate Eye first, and then we'll go back and talk about Choco Nuvo. So we'll go up and back a little bit here and cover some product reviews, some clinical research, and when it comes to Ultimate Eye, there's probably no product, as I was saying before, that has more clinical science, clinical research in terms of its benefits.
It's so true. And already we have thousands of people who have already ordered the Ultimate Eye, and Stephen, our producer, sharing with me that the largest bundle is the most popular. I am so excited for all of us because a lot of us take the Ultimate Eye every single day. It's an amazing product. It's a remarkable product. But now to get astaxanthin basically for free, I want to show you what this is all about, because just the astaxanthin on its own well, first of all, the Ultimate Eye is $319 just by itself. This is what you would pay for 720 capsules of the Ultimate Eye support, all right? And then on top of that, you are getting a $160 bottle of the astaxanthin at absolutely no charge. So here's what you would be paying. This is what 720 capsules would cost. So for $239, our today's special price, you couldn't even buy the Ultimate Eye support. Could not even buy 720 capsules of the Ultimate Eye support for this price. And then on top of that, you're getting this for free. That's why everybody's going for this largest bundle first. And the key to this, a lot of us, I take 2 every day. I take 2 of the Ultimate Eye every single day. So if you go for the 720, and again, we do this once a year as a Today's Special. It's never been a better value. It's never been a lower price. So the point here is that if you can do it, if you're going to plan on taking a couple a day, stock up, get the big one today, and then you're set. You have pretty much a year's supply, and then on top of that, you get astaxanthin, which, as Andrew said,
Or a 2-year supply. If you
Yeah, if you take one a day,
if
you're
you take
right.
one capsule a day, and still even at one capsule a day, it's the original potency of the product for 2 capsules a day, because we've continued to increase the levels. We now have mesozeaxanthin, because ideally you want zeaxanthin and mesozeaxanthin. They're isomers of one another, and that's what the clinical science says. So of course we make sure that we have a complex of both of them. So we were among the first over 20 years ago to offer lutein. I wasn't aware of anybody else who had lutein in an eye product, and I wasn't aware of anybody else when we put zeaxanthin in the eye product probably over 10 years ago. So we've been, just as we were with omega-3s, we've been way ahead of the curve, because I pay attention to the science. And the science is what drives our formulas. And when you look at these ingredients, the ingredients in this product, lutein and zeaxanthin, if you just look at where they are in your body, they are concentrated at levels thousands of times higher than other parts of our body in the retina, the macular region of the retina of our eye. They straddle the cell membranes. They are the optical pigment of the eye. Our vision depends on them. So it's not an ingredient that protects our eyes. Yes, that's true. But that's not all. Yes, they protect our eye, and that's its role. But they are part of the visual system. When I first talked about this 20 years ago, I wasn't talking about short-term visual benefits. But these ingredients are actually critical for the clarity of our vision, for the functioning of our vision today. So you can't have the best vision without adequate levels of lutein and zeaxanthin. And the levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in our eyes are a direct relationship of the lutein and zeaxanthin in our diet, because our body can't make it. And unfortunately in America, lutein and zeaxanthin, we get about 1 milligram a day or so of lutein and zeaxanthin in our typical diet. 1 milligram a day. If you look at the chart here, you're getting 15 milligrams of both. So literally, a 1-day supply is the equivalent of what most Americans get in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yet, I'll read you charts from the clinical studies that say that's the amount we want to be taking to get the optimum best results. And there's great research that talks about levels about half that much. So even at 1 capsule, you're still getting substantial, significant benefits. Even I said 1 capsule a week, you're probably still doubling your lutein and zeaxanthin intake over your diet. So doubling that beneficial ingredient, even with 1 capsule a week, it just underscores the potency of this product and the potential benefits of this product. And I'll go through some charts, because the quotes from the science are fascinating. If all I did tonight is read the quotes on the benefits to the brain, I think we'd all be blown away. And in terms of use of computer monitors and smartphones and the impact that has on our eyes, the health of our eyes because of blue light. Even now, some smartphones have settings that reduces the blue light because of the recognition of the harm it can cause to our eyes. But blue light, lutein and zeaxanthin specifically target and block and absorb blue light, protect our eyes from blue light, as does astaxanthin. And astaxanthin, again, if you can afford to make the additional investment in astaxanthin, that gives you the 3 most important carotenoids for the health of the vision today and the health of our vision long term. And it's exciting for me to be able to say this, because when I first introduced these ingredients a long time ago, and I don't, as I said, recall anyone else offering them at that time, what I was talking about was protecting the health of our eyes over the course of our lifetime, because the normal degenerative changes that happen in our eyes, and lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin can help protect our eyes from those changes. What I can now say is, if you're in it for the short term, yes, you'll get the benefits long term. But a lot of us, we say to ourselves, what's in it for us today? Well, now what's in it for you today is your eyes will accommodate better, meaning that if you're reading something close and then going far away, you'll handle that better. If you're going from a bright environment to a dark environment, or a dark environment to a bright environment, you'll accommodate that better. So these ingredients deliver benefits, night vision, benefits that you'll notice today. Yes, you'll get the long-term protective benefits, but you also experience better vision today.
And wow, are we busy? I do want to point out that if you're deciding what to order here, we're focusing, for this first 15 minutes or so, we're focusing on the Ultimate Eye and the astaxanthin, the biggest bundle. 80% of the sales are on the big bundle. bundle, and I want to show you what those choices are one more time because you have a few options here. You can order just the Ultimate Eye, and you can order that in whichever size you'd like. You can see we're doing a 30, we're doing a 60, we're doing, or let me see here, we're doing a 40, a 120, a 360, or a 720. And then the large bundle, remember, you can do a 360 of the Ultimate Eye, and then we'll include a 180 count of the astaxanthin, or you can do the big one that everybody's ordered. 80% of the orders are right here. Because why not? You can't even buy 720 capsules normally of the Ultimate Eye. You're getting it for $239. Just the Ultimate Eye by itself sells for over $300 in that size. And then of course, you're getting this for free. The 360 of the astaxanthin, that's a $160 value. That's not even included. So you're saving well over $200. That's why we're all saying yes to it. So if you want to stock up on your Ultimate Eye, that's why really, why not get the big bundle? Because you get the astaxanthin at no charge. You get the Ultimate Eye in a size that we never usually offer. We don't even offer this nice big size, which you're getting today, which is so great. So however you want to do it, if you want just the Ultimate Eye, if you want the bundles, this is your chance. Andrew does this one time a year. It's fun. He's doing 2 Today Specials tonight because he only does a few Today Specials a year, right, essentially. So you want to squeeze another one in here for us tonight, and we're happy that that's happening because why not? It's the biggest savings of the year.
Yeah, I like to do Today Specials because I have fewer visits every year. I'm here basically 4 times a year, so I have fewer visits. So I try to now double up when I can on a Today Special. They both sort of connect to summer. Ultimate Eye connects to summer because sunlight is one of the most damaging forces in terms of our eyes. So we're getting close to summer. We're spending more time outside. So it's great to make sure we have those protective compounds in our eye to protect ourselves from sunlight. And in summer, chocolate melts. So Choco Nuvo goes away until October. So we'll be talking Choco Nuvo in about 10 minutes. And Choco Nuvo will not be available after today until October.
Wow.
But what I wanted to read some, we have all sorts of great charts, great reviews of this product, because if you look at the reviews on Ultimate Eye, they're virtually perfect reviews. And this for a product where people expect to see a difference. They expect their ophthalmologist, their optometrist, their optician to tell them they're seeing a difference. And that's what you read in the reviews. But I think even better, clinical science. Let's read some quotes from the research. And this is from a medical journal from the Gerontological Society of America. And obviously, gerontology is the study of aging. So lutein and zeaxanthin are xanthophyll carotenoids. That's a special class of carotenoids. And astaxanthin is also a xanthophyll carotenoid. And are the primary constituents of a protective substance in the eye called macular pigment. That's, well, the macula gets its name because that macula lutea, that's the yellow spot, it's yellow because of lutein and zeaxanthin. So they are the reason it's called the macula lutea. Higher intake of these nutrients, either through diet or supplementation, has been associated with an increase in macular pigment, of course, because you can't make macular pigment. You have to eat it in your diet or supplementing it. So the only way you have it is by eating it or supplementing it. So having either through diet or supplementation, so they're equivalent, has been associated with an increase in macular pigment, and there is evidence that they may slow the progression of age-related changes in the eye.
Nice.
From the Eye Health Foundation, consumption of fruits and vegetables containing lutein and zeaxanthin may be linked to reduced eye health problems associated with the normal aging process. It was that observation decades ago that helped to recognize the importance of lutein and zeaxanthin. From the Journal of Ophthalmology, recent clinical trials have determined that age and diet-related loss of lutein and zeaxanthin, meaning as we get older, and as we eat less lutein and zeaxanthin in our diet, it enhances phototoxic damage. That's light-induced damage to the human eye. While supplementation of these carotenoids, what we're talking about tonight, has a protective effect against photo-induced damage to the lens and the retina. And that's what we experience as I said earlier, there was a very learned and renowned ophthalmologist who is a dear friend of a friend of mine. And I was talking to him about these ingredients and the health of the eye, and we were talking about cataracts and things like that. And he was talking about all these eye health problems. And I expected him to say, yeah, they really start developing when we're in our 40s or 50s or 60s. And he said it not so tongue-in-cheek, not so kidding around. He basically said, when you're an infant, from the moment you open your eyes, that's when the trouble starts. That's when we start working on cataracts. That's when we start working on all these things, because the moment we open our eyes, we let radiation in. And radiation is a damaging force. It's an oxidizing force. And gradually, those changes eventually take a toll. And to the extent we give our body the protective compounds it needs, or the optical pigments it needs for the retina and macula to work its best and to protect itself the best it can, we will have a better outcome, or we can have a better outcome. But it was just interesting that it's just a fact of life. We open our eyes as infants and it all starts. We stand up on 2 feet, and you know, our issues with our joints, they all start. So as we continue on this chart from the Journal of Ophthalmology, unfortunately, beginning with middle age, antioxidant protection is depleted, and this leads to the formation of age-related changes in the eye. Increasing the intake of fruits and vegetables high in lutein and zeaxanthin has been found to retard age-related changes in the eye. A diet rich in green leafy vegetables, best thing we could do. In addition, supplementation with lutein and zeaxanthin has been very effective at restoring these important ocular antioxidants. And that, from the Journal of Ophthalmology. Another journal, New Frontiers in Ophthalmology, the role of lutein and zeaxanthin in eye health has been further supported by some epidemiologic studies. Those are large population studies reporting an inverse relationship between lutein and zeaxanthin intake and eye problems, particularly age-related eye problems. What that means, inverse relationship: more lutein and zeaxanthin you consume, less eye problems.
Nice.
Less lutein and zeaxanthin you consume, more eye problems. Inverse relationship, not a direct relationship. Several controlled intervention studies have also indicated that macular pigment density or dietary supplementation with lutein improves parameters of visual function, such as visual acuity, glare recovery, and contrast sensitivity. So meaning that the lutein and zeaxanthin we consume today determines, I was talking about this before, how well we deal with glare, like the sun early in the morning or the end of the day, how well we go from a bright environment to a dark environment, how quickly our eyes accommodate and adjust, how quickly our eyes adjust and accommodate changes in distance of our focal length. These are things that I never talked about before, but now the science is abundant, which is why an article I was reading the other day that was kind of a summary of the clinical science in the field of dietary supplement and nutrients talked about lutein and zeaxanthin being #1 at the very top of the list in terms of clinically established and proven benefits.
There we go, and we are so excited at the response. If you can jump in and order yours, do a flex payment, decide whether you want just Ultimate Eye or you want Ultimate Eye and astaxanthin. Frankly, there's never been a better day to buy that bundle, because you're getting the astaxanthin for free and you're getting the Ultimate Eye at far less than you would be spending normally. This is a very special one-time, one-day only offer. You won't see it offered like this again for at least a year. So to remind you, again, you're deciding, do I want 40, 120, 360, or 720 of the actual Ultimate Eye itself? And you're welcome. The #1 seller is down here, the big bundle. The #2 seller is the 720. So it's up to you. Do you want to try astaxanthin? Do you want to stock up on it? Or you just want to order your Ultimate Eye? Most people who are ordering just the Ultimate Eye are going for the big bottle. Why not? My goodness, it's normally $300. You're getting it today for $159. Again, that's $159, incidentally, is what you would be paying if you were buying the astaxanthin in this big bundle.
Oh, wow.
So that,
That's right.
yeah. So that is like buying astaxanthin and getting 720 capsules of the Ultimate Eye for free, basically, right? Am I looking at that right? Oh,
No, that's right. So $149 today for a 360 and a 180, and the normal price for the 360 alone is $159.
Right.
So, and the big bundle is $239 today. It's only $80 more than the 360.
Exactly.
And then you're getting a 360 of astaxanthin, which on its own is another $200. So those are.
It's wild.
I don't know if that made sense.
This is a fantastic
But it's basically
offer.
buy one, get one free. And as I showed before, we scaled up our equipment. For the size of my company, we don't need those huge blenders and the big packaging line. Why we need them is because for every one of my key products, in the couple of weeks before the event, we make basically a year's supply for you. That's what we do. So these big events, we have this large equipment so we can make it so efficiently, and that's the savings that everyone gets to experience on our Ultimate Eye or astaxanthin, or in a moment Choco Nuvo will talk about. What I wanted to read, these are some of the really exciting research. I haven't talked about this in the past, I really wanted the research to be absolutely well established. And I talked about how lutein and zeaxanthin in our eye, it's the highest concentration by a multiple, say, of 1,000, the presence of lutein and zeaxanthin in our eye versus other tissues of our body. But because our eye is just really a specialized structure of our brain also happens to have the second highest levels of lutein and zeaxanthin found in the entire body. Not surprisingly, there was just a study published recently that talked about lutein and zeaxanthin reducing and improving the measures of stress, cortisol and things like that. So lutein and zeaxanthin helping us deal with stress. But as we look here, if we look at the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, a very respected journal, epidemiologic studies, those are again large population studies, suggest that dietary lutein and zeaxanthin may be of benefit in maintaining cognitive health.
Wow.
So long-term health of our vision, improving our vision today in so many different ways, but also now cognitive health.
Wow.
Among the carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin are the only two that cross the blood-retina barrier to form macular pigment in the eye. They also preferentially accumulate in the human brain.
Interesting.
So that's
amazing.
And that as we can, American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, zeaxanthin concentrations in brain tissue were significantly related to global cognitive function, memory retention, verbal fluency, and cognition. Lutein was related to recall and verbal fluency. From the Gerontological Society of America, again, the study of aging. Importantly, it has been discovered that lutein and zeaxanthin are in the human brain, and it was also found that a higher concentration of lutein and zeaxanthin in the brain was associated with better cognitive function.
Amazing.
We found an independent positive association between plasma concentrations of both lutein and zeaxanthin and performance on 3 of the 4 domains assessed: global, memory, and executive function, with a significant association also evident between zeaxanthin and the processing speed composite score. This is from PLOS One, another scientific
I don't know if
journal.
I've ever seen you so excited reading these charts.
Well, no.
You're so like, you can't wipe the smile off your face. I think it's exciting to see this kind of advancement that you can actually share with everybody.
And the most important thing, if you can't afford my product, if you don't want to buy my product, the one thing you really can do to embrace what I'm talking about here is make things like kale, spinach, peas, even kernel corn are relatively high in lutein and zeaxanthin. But start making green leafy vegetables. It is a gift to your eyesight, a gift to the health of your brain, and there's no escaping what I always say. My favorite research, I love clinical science and research studies, but my favorite research is epidemiologic research, which you kept seeing that word repeating in these charts. What epidemiologic research is, it's looking at the behavior of large populations of people and then looking at the outcomes that result from those behaviors. You look at behaviors where people consume higher levels of lutein and zeaxanthin, whether by diet or supplementation, and what they're now observing is not only better characteristics in terms of their vision and the health of their eyes, but in terms of how their brain functions. And why? Because the second highest concentration of lutein and zeaxanthin in the human body, beyond the eye, which of course is the highest by far, is in our brain, and in the most important areas of our brain, serving a protective role there as well.
Okay, I know in a minute we're going to talk about the Choco Nuvo, but we are so excited that you're all jumping in to order this. 80% of the orders are the largest bundle, and why not? Andrew, it does not, we never offer it like this except one day, and to get that big 720, which is not, we never carry this size even. So if you're thinking about doing it, this is your chance to do it. I mean, each of these, honestly, we could talk for hours about this. There's so much great information to share with all of you. But how fun, as you talk about the eye health, but also that cognitive brain health.
I'll read a couple more charts on brain health, and then I'll read reviews. I know folks like to see the reviews, and I've focused mostly on the science the last few visits, and I haven't read many of your reviews. But I just wanted to read a couple more reviews because I probably won't come back that much to the brain issue. But again, from the Gerontological Society of America, the results from this large study of community-dwelling older adults show that plasma lutein and zeaxanthin are plasma meaning in your body, circulating in your body, are independently associated with cognitive function across multiple domains.
Wow.
Furthermore, work by our group and others has shown that a higher density of macular pigment is associated with better cognitive function in older adults across
Isn't that
multiple domains.
amazing?
So higher levels of macular pigment we know is associated with better eye health and better eye function. It's also associated with better brain function.
That's incredible.
So it's just exciting. I always say with my products that over time, and I've been doing this for 38 years, we don't observe side effects for my products. What we observe are side benefits. When you're talking about these essential nutrients, our body can't make lutein or zeaxanthin. We have to deliver it by diet or supplement, or we're out of luck, and there are consequences. But to think that from my original introduction of these ingredients, those of you who embraced them, now look at the long list of benefits you're getting, not just protecting your eyes in the future, but night vision today and adjusting, accommodating changes in your vision better. It's a fantastic opportunity, and the science just reveals how it keeps getting better every day.
It does. If you have a minute, go read the reviews. 90% of the reviews are excellent on hsn.com. You can go check out for yourself because people absolutely rave about this product, about both of these products. So please feel free to continue to order, but we do want to, there's 2 today's specials we're launching tonight, so we do want to talk a little bit about, yeah, we'll come back to this.
I mean, I could spend, literally spend several hours talking about this, and I often do with my friends, because it's just such an important ingredient. I couldn't imagine, unless I was a vegan eating enormous amounts of lutein and zeaxanthin, and even then, I'd still look at this product as being insurance for my good vision today and my good vision long term, because lutein and zeaxanthin, as I said before, they're not an ingredient that works on your eyes, like a medicine works on your body, affects your body. Lutein and zeaxanthin, they are your vision. They are the macular pigment. Your lutein, the macular region of your eye is technically called the macula lutea, Latin for yellow spot. It's a yellow spot because of lutein and zeaxanthin. They define the actual area of the eye. They are part of the functioning of the eye, and they are there to protect the eye and also our brain.
All righty, we're going to keep going here, but please do not hang up if you're ordering the Ultimate Eye Astaxanthin choice. But right now, we do want to talk about the number 2 today's special. I've been a little anxious to get to this side of the studio because, you know, first of all, I'm a chocoholic. I have to admit, that's one of my favorite things in the world is chocolate. If you love chocolate, this is the greatest chocolate because A, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's so delicious. B, it's healthy. This is chocolate that will help to lower your total and LDL cholesterol.
And we're not talking a little.
Right.
I mean, most people are happy to see a reduction with, say, oatmeal or oat bran of 3 to 5%. My oatmeal or oat bran will be 10 to 15%. It's different. But Choco Nuvo, you have just 2 squares a day with, say, I like to have one with each meal, and that's still, they're only 26 calories a square. And it's the finest dark chocolate in the world. And unlike typical dark chocolate, it's the reason it goes away in summer. Mine is so creamy that it will melt in summer. So unlike typical dark chocolate, which is dry and brittle and kind of gritty, sandy, ours is creamy and delicious, whether it's the 66, which is like milk chocolate, or the 91, which is our extreme dark chocolate. Our chocolate, dark chocolate, isn't candy. Dark chocolate is really an extract of the cacao bean, an extract of the cocoa bean. So, and if you even look at our dark chocolate, you already ate a couple? If you look at our dark chocolate, I want to give you a sense of the, because we designed this, I selected dark chocolate that was milder and less bitter. And in doing so, we get to use less sweetener, less sugar in the product, organic sugar. But if you look at our dark chocolate, our 66, our 74, our 91 has less than half a gram of sugar. Half a gram of sugar is less than 1/8 of a teaspoon of sugar. We could actually label that as 0 if we wanted to. But if you look at other foods like grapes or peaches or plums or apples, if you look at 26 calories of any of those, really to make it apples to apples, so to speak, 26 calories of any of those, even blueberries, low in sugar, 4.5 grams of sugar in 26 calories of blueberries. So it gives you a sense of how low in sugar this is. And even if you don't care about your cholesterol level, that's fine. If your cholesterol level is perfectly healthy, that's fine. You still will not find a better tasting dark chocolate at any of these levels. A creamier dark chocolate, it just won't exist. And in fact, Americans typically don't like dark chocolate. And this is a product that still is exceptionally well reviewed, even though most Americans don't want dark chocolate. It's that unique. And in terms of cholesterol lowering, I'll read some reviews in a moment here. It's approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to lower total and LDL cholesterol and thereby help to reduce your risk of heart disease. There is nothing like this product anywhere in the world. Someone tried to imitate it somewhere else, and they used alkali processed cocoa, which eliminates all the good benefits of cocoa. This is real extract of dark chocolate, and I tested chocolate from all over the world, from Africa, from Asia, from South and Central America. This is a blend from South and Central America because those are the mildest cocoa beans that give you the polyphenols, the beneficial compounds you want.
All righty, I have to show you what the choices are here.
The savings
It's
is huge.
unbelievable, and remember, this is the last time you're going to see this until October, and in October it's not going to be a Today Special. So this is a one-time, one shot for all of us to stock up on this delicious chocolate. You're deciding how many pieces you'd like us to send you in the amount of cacao bean, whether you want the 66. If you're a milk chocolate girl, go with the 66. If you want it a little bit richer, the majority of people order the 74, or if you want the real super dark chocolate, the 91%. So you're choosing the percentage, 66, 94, or 66, 74, 91. You choose the percentage, and then you choose, do I want 30 pieces, 60 pieces, 120 pieces, or 300 pieces, which we never normally carry. Now, for $129, let me just say, to get 300 pieces, best value, lowest price, most affordable, you're saving $140. Now here's the clincher. If you want to get an additional 300 pieces, if you want to order more than one of the 300, if you order a second one, or third one, or fourth one, we'll take an additional $10 off each of those choices. So an additional $10 off. And then on top of that, to make it even more exciting, and I can't wait to try Muriel's recipe. Muriel has written a Choco Nouveau Creations cookbook, and I was looking at your recipes, Muriel. Hi, lovely lady.
Yeah, how are you?
Okay, I'm so excited to try these. These look so deliciously yummy.
We'll talk about a bunch tomorrow, but she just brought Lincoln back, so I wanted Muriel to come out. Because Muriel was making all sorts of fun things using Choco Nouveau around the house, so it was just like, gosh, why not do a little booklet? And so every order comes with this booklet, and Muriel can say best all the little fun things she did.
Yeah, totally, and it's really, really fun. We have like our little mini fudge brownie.
Oh my gosh.
They are vegan, really amazing. You will see these recipes, almost no sugar added, nothing. So healthy, so good for you. You will be amazed. That little booklet, you will use it all the
And this
time
little
with our Choco Nouveau.
Poached pear.
gosh, a
She did
poached
some
pear.
recipes from her.
Poached pear in our green tea, so you get the benefit of the healthy green tea and the Choco Nouveau, and lower your cholesterol at the same time.
And a lot of them, Muriel's French, and she's trained at Cordon Bleu, and a lot of them are sort of
So
classic French recipes, but then done with healthy chocolate. And of course, we tend to really, our chocolate is low in carbohydrate, low in sugar, as I showed before, and the recipes are as well. So
These look unbelievable. Honestly, these look absolutely
they're great.
decadent.
So-
And like you say, guilt-free, because they're healthy. The chocolate, of course, is unlike anything else we get to eat. I mean, and plus it helps to lower your total and LDL cholesterol. So I'm so thrilled you did this. I mean, everything from little mini Rice Krispie treats to everything. I mean, look at the
They're really-
strawberries. Don't those
I'm
look
having
good?
a piece of
Cookies,
91.
brownies.
And there's no 91% chocolate in the world that is creamy like this. There's no 74 or 66 even that's creamy like our 91. And that's because it's kind of the miracle of Mother Nature. When you look at the ingredient that we use to lower cholesterol, it looks like fat. And what makes milk chocolate so creamy is milk fat. So it just so happens this wonderful cholesterol ingredient, when we blended it with the chocolate, it behaved, we did it in a very special way, it behaved just like milk fat. So you have dark chocolate with the texture, the creamy texture of milk chocolate that also can lower your cholesterol 15, 20% or more. It's unbelievable. There's nothing like this chocolate. You'll fall in love with it.
Oh, you absolutely will. And again, you get the cookbook as part of the offer.
Yeah.
And remember, if you want the 300 pieces, you decide the amount of chocolate you'd like, the cacao bean, the 66, the 74, the 91, and then you decide the size. But most people are going to order 300 pieces because why not? You want these all throughout the summer, right? I mean, they're low in calorie, they're low in sugar. I mean, they're completely guilt-free. They're satisfying. They're creamy.
Yeah.
You know, when you eat them, they're good. They're just
That's
yummy
all
and
the
creamy.
plant sterol inside the chocolate makes it extremely creamy, and that was wonderful for me to work with when I made the cookbook, because this way everything was creamier without adding any cream or butter with it.
Because when you have
know?
cream and butter and things really add cholesterol, add saturated fats, and a lot of people are watching that. So with this chocolate, you don't have to worry about any of those things. It doesn't have any of the things that might be associated with dairy, but it has the creaminess of milk chocolate. So there's really nothing like it. You should read the reviews, because the reviews are absolutely remarkable. Folks who would never dream of having dark chocolate, only like milk chocolate, have fallen in love with it. It's a product that, again, this is a product because, and I knew I had an uphill struggle. I would never make milk chocolate because it doesn't have the health benefits of dark chocolate. You need the higher concentration of chocolate's protective compounds that are found in dark chocolate. So I realized, though, making dark chocolate, that's an uphill struggle, because most Americans won't like dark chocolate because of their texture and the bitterness, but this is not bitter. And the texture of this is exactly like milk chocolate. So you'll fall in love with it. And for those of you who want to lower your cholesterol, it works perfectly with cholesterol-lowering drugs. Whether you're taking a statin drug, whether you're taking something like Zetia, this is an opportunity to get even better benefits, so you can lower the levels of those medications when you work with your doctor. Or for many people, because they can't tolerate those drugs well, this became their opportunity to lower their cholesterol and love doing it, absolutely enjoy doing it.
So excited. You even did mole. Chicken mole nouveau.
Chicken mole nouveau, that's
love
one of my
mole.
favorites. Yeah, I did a few savory recipes just so you can include this amazing chocolate every day in your life, you know, so it was quite a fun experience.
I bet it was. You know, and it's a perfect time for you to treat. If you've never tried it, try it tonight, because this is the best value. On top of that, if you already know that you love it, this is the last day that we can offer it until fall. It won't be back now until October. And remember, when it's a today's special, you're getting the best value ever. So it's our lowest price, and if you order more than one of the 300, you can take an additional $10 off each of those orders for sure. I think you're going to absolutely love it. I am so thrilled. I can't wait to try your recipes.
Yeah, and
Yum, yum,
I'll
yum.
be back tomorrow to talk some more about our
the
recipes
Because
and the product.
It's fun to be able to incorporate chocolate. Chocolate is a healthy food. If it's not a candy, chocolate is a delicious extract of the cocoa bean that has a whole long list of health benefits associated with it. And we make sure we treat it with respect. And again, I'll talk about the levels of sugar, which are lower than, as we saw here, lower than the levels of sugar that you find in the same caloric serving of fruit. So, and this is really apples to apples, so to speak. So if you look at 26 calories of any of those fruits, that's how much sugar there is. But you look at Choco Nouveau, and with the 91, it's as little as 0.5 grams, less than half a gram. So we'll talk about this tomorrow, and we'll read the reviews also, because the reviews are remarkable for this product, and also in talking about the science in terms of cholesterol reduction.
That's it. You decide the size, you decide the amount of cacao bean in each of the formulas, depending the 66, the 74, or the 91. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, Muriel.
Colleen.
All right, we're going to keep going because we have 2 today's specials, so we're trying to kind of do a little back and forth, but I'm so glad she did that cookbook. That was a really great idea.
It makes it fun, it makes it easy, and when you incorporate the Choco Nouveau, it's only 26 calories of Choco Nouveau you need to deliver the cholesterol-lowering benefits. 26 calories, you do that twice a day, and her little brownies are incredible. And again, as Muriel had said, because of the nature of Choco Nouveau, you don't have to add butter and fat and all these creamy things, because it's already creamy to start with.
Exactly. All right, well, in case you are just stopping in, we do want to mention that not only is Choco Nouveau the today's special, we also have the Ultimate Eye Support as the today's special today as well. On top of that, we are also including a bundle where if you'd like to add astaxanthin to your bundle, you can do that. So you can order just Ultimate Eye on its own, or you can order the bundles. I'm going to show you how it breaks down, because this is the best value, lowest price we've ever seen on this wonderful product. We only get to do this one time a year. So right away, you decide, do I want Ultimate Eye, or do I want Ultimate Eye with astaxanthin? We have 2 bundles to choose from if you want the astaxanthin included, or if you want just Ultimate Eye, you can do a 40, you can do a 120, you can do 360, or you can do the 720. Note the 720. It's normally $200. $299.90. Today we're offering it for $159. You are saving $140. Boom, right there. Now, here's where it gets really exciting, and Stephen, our producer, was telling us that the big bundle down here is the #1 top choice. And we really do understand why, because the savings is unprecedented. You're saving over $200. So for example, the package itself is $450, but you can see for $239.90, understand just the astaxanthin in that bundle is $160 value. Just the actual Ultimate Eye on its own is over $300 if we were selling a 720 cap size. So that's why everybody who, you know, if you can do it, you know your budget, but with FlexPays, it's 6 flexible payments. What are the FlexPays on the big one, Stephen? If you do the big one, the first FlexPay,
It might be 6.
it's 6, but I wonder what that breaks down to.
Oh, for what is the?
Yeah, what's the actual flex?
For $239, it's going to be about $39 and change.
$39.98 gets the big one home. If you want to go there, you're welcome to it. Again, all of the larger sizes are all on FlexPay for you. And just to show you what I'm talking about here, and the reason that so many people are deciding, because it really is, that's why we wait for these today's specials, because we all know it's going to be the best value of the entire year on these wonderful products.
By far.
Yeah, so just the Ultimate Eye 720 capsules would be $320.
Right.
Right, boom, right there. And then on top of that, you're getting another 360 capsules of the astaxanthin, which on its own is a $160 product.
So it would be about $480.
That's right.
And so you're basically, it's buy one, get one free. It's half off. And as I said before, you know, the equipment, when I walked around here, we'll do this again tomorrow, we have these big blenders and this big equipment. And the reason why, it's not for sort of our annual production. What that is, it enables us to do our Today Specials and to do them rapidly. Because if you looked at the Ultimate Eye, that you're getting home with, if you order this, the Ultimate Eye, that product didn't exist a month ago. We make all of these products. We're not selling products that we can't get rid of. What we do is we make these Today Specials special for the event. It really is event pricing, and that gives us an opportunity, the volume gives us an opportunity to buy all the raw materials better, to produce the product more efficiently, and that's the savings that you get to experience. What I was going to do is read some of the reviews. I didn't read any reviews, and the reviews of this product are absolutely remarkable. As we said earlier, it's hard to think of any product I make that has better reviews, because over 95% of the reviews are positive. Well over 80% of the reviews are 5-star reviews to begin with. So it's an amazing product. As Colleen said before, the science is what's so exciting, and I'll read some more of the science in terms of how our eye functions. I read some of the science in terms of how our brain functions. So who thought, when we were embracing a great eye product, that we'd also be getting benefits to our brain? But if you've been enjoying the benefits of this product for years, you didn't know it, but you were.
Isn't that nice? That's just a
I think it's
nice little
fantastic.
aside.
It's the same thing that for 38 years I've been emphasizing the importance of vitamin D. For 38 years. Most companies discovered it in the last 5 to 8 years. I've been doing that for 38 years. CoQ10 for almost 34 years. So we've been way ahead of everybody else, which means that if you've listened to the science that I've talked about, it's given you an opportunity. Even if you didn't get my product, it's given you an opportunity to be ahead of everyone else in terms of taking care of yourself and your body and your loved ones.
Exactly.
But if we read some reviews here, and I love how well written these reviews are, but doctor was amazed. We don't add the capital letters. I've been using Ultimate Eye Support for many years and went to the eye doctor every 2 or 3 years for my checkup. And it was about the 7th year that the doctor told me that my eyesight kept getting better and better each time I saw him. I told him what I was taking, as he was amazed at my progress. Thank you, Andrew, for all the work you have done and are still doing for better health in all of us. You're very
awesome.
welcome.
That's wonderful.
A review like that gives me goosebumps.
Absolutely.
From Agnes in Illinois here. Great results. For the past several years, I've experienced a decline in my vision. Then I started using this product. My eye doctor says that my eyes have never looked as healthy as they do now.
Wow.
I've gone from not being able, Lincoln's walking over, I'm not being able to see anything clearly to being able to enjoy TV, use a computer, and read on my tablet. I depend on Ultimate Eye Support and never miss a day taking it. This is the one supplement I never want to be without. From Agnes in Illinois.
Nice.
Positive results. I'd been taking Ultimate Eye Support for nearly a year. I had my routine yearly eye exam this week. My eye doctor exclaimed, "What are you doing? Your eyes are improved from last year." At age 67, I was hoping to just slow down the aging process. I was shocked that I had an improvement. Best eye vitamins on the market. My husband had eye issues some years back. He is 68 years old now and was told back then to be using an eye vitamin. Then the doctor said to find a vitamin with lutein. Our daughter recommended these vitamins. So we ordered a small bottle first. We are now, after 2 years, up to the 720 capsule bottle, which is only available during a Today Special, like today.
Yep.
Otherwise, the large size is 360 and will not be without it. It has helped my husband's eyes, and his issue has not gotten any worse, and he seems to be seeing clearer. Our whole family takes these now from Debbie in Missouri. Actual positive results. I went to the ophthalmologist today for pressure testing. I've been going every 6 months. Since starting these vitamins, my doctor said my eyes were much improved. By the way, I'll just digress for a moment. It's very, very important, and it's a totally non-invasive test. And I just had a lecture a friend of mine about this, that we need to make sure, at least on an annual basis, that we're getting the pressure in our eyes checked. There's absolutely no reason that any of us should be caught off guard because our pressure suddenly spiked and we didn't know about it over a period of time. Glaucoma is something we should all be aware of and get tested for. So again, simple test, a non-invasive test. It's a painless test. Whether it's your optician, optometrist, or ophthalmologist, they can do that for you. So it's just really appropriate preventive testing. But if we continue here, I've noticed that even my night vision is better than it used to be. There are ingredients in this product for night vision. Anyway, today my doctor said that I could go for 1 year before having to come back to repeat tests. I've been using these Ultimate Eye Support vitamins for 1 year and will never be without them. They produce actual, measurable, positive results. Thank you, Andrew Lessman, for such a quality product from Katy in North Carolina. The best. I've been taking this supplement for years. Every time I get my eyes checked, the doctor comments on how healthy my eyes are. In fact, my eyesight has gotten better, requiring new eyeglasses. It's amazing stuff, and I will never be without. Thank you, Andrew, from Rosie in Florida.
Incredible. I mean, really, that's
and we have
consistent. You're doing this.
thousands.
Right.
Great product each year, and these most of them are talking about their eye doctor. My eye doctor informs me my eyes have improved because of this vitamin. I take many of Andrew's vitamins and have had great success with each one. I have many friends and family now taking these vitamins, as I have told them my results. Thanks, HSN and Andrew. I've been taking this for years. After several years of taking this, eye specialists have all said how healthy my eyes are. One even remarked that I had the healthiest eyes she had seen all day, including the 20-ish guy in the waiting room with us. Well, I haven't been 20-ish for about half a century, so I said, well, I guess the eye vitamins have helped them, and she agreed. So thank you for helping my eyes be in good condition, and they are so good that the doctors agreed that I can hold off on drops for the pressure.
Nice.
My father had glaucoma, so I keep a close watch on my eyes. We all should. This is another reason to trust Andrew's products and information. Thank you, Andrew, from Patty in Virginia. A must-have daily. I've been taking this Ultimate Eye Support for a very long time. I'm going to be turning 80 this year, and I have my eyes checked once a year. My doctor's pleased with how healthy my eyes are, and I told him I have been taking this product. I will continue to do so until I am no longer here. Thank you, Andrew. One last. Best eye checkup ever. I've been taking Ultimate Eye Support for the last couple of years. I just went to my eye doctor for a checkup. He was amazed that at my age, my eyesight was great. I will definitely keep taking these miracle vitamins. So it's,
That's
again,
remarkable.
It's an opportunity, and as I said before, I was reading an article the other day, and it was talking about all the different benefits from the nutrients in our food that can be delivered by a supplement, whether we're talking about vitamin D and vitamin B12 and all these different things. And it put at the very top of the list the most clinically established, the most proven, being the benefits for our vision, for our eyes, with lutein and zeaxanthin, the key ingredients in my eye product. And I believe we were among the very first to deliver them in a product, starting with lutein about 20 20 years ago, and traces of zeaxanthin, and then a full complement of zeaxanthin a little more than a decade ago.
There we go. And then on top of that, if you want to get your astaxanthin, which is not a product we always get to talk about, if you're ordering the large bundle, you're literally getting that for free, because when you look at $239, we would normally sell a 720 bottle for $309. I think it came up, like, let me look at that again. I think it's $339 or $319. So the point here is that you're getting that second bottle literally, yeah, $319. Let me show you this chart, because I think this helps to really illustrate what I'm trying to say here. $319 is the regular price, what we would normally charge for a 720 count of the Ultimate Eye Support. We don't even carry this size normally, but if we did, that would be the price. And then here, you're at $160, that's the astaxanthin. So you're not paying anything for that. You're getting the Today's Special for $239, which is actually less than what you would pay for a 720 count bottle. That's why most people are stocking up on the large one. It's $39 on your credit card with FlexPay, so you can get it home. That was a snippet of the thousands of reviews on hsn.com. To go read a little bit more about it, people talk about night vision and the difference it makes with night vision. They talk about going to their eye doctors, having their checkup doctors raving about how their eyesight's even improving. I mean, everybody's different, but the bottom line is it really makes sense when you give your body what it needs, and specifically when you give your eyes what they need. And the ingredients, I really thought that was interesting how you were describing that, Andrew, when he said that the ingredients are not just things that are beneficial to your eyes, that's what makes up your eye, right? I mean, it's like
more than
calcium to your bones. It's
more
like,
than that. More than calcium to your bone. Calcium's throughout our body. It's not found at levels thousands of times higher in our bone. Lutein and zeaxanthin are found at levels thousands of times higher in our eyes, in the macular region, the retina of our eye, than any other part of our body other than the brain. The brain is at hundreds of times higher than the rest of our body. So, and the eye is just really a specialized part of the brain. What I was going to read really quickly is just some charts that actually speak to the benefits. And a lot of folks will say with lutein and zeaxanthin, I'm worried about today. I'm really not thinking about my vision tomorrow. Frankly, we all need to think about our vision tomorrow. And we all should increase. This product should serve as a reminder to eat more green leafy vegetables, to eat more dark berries, purple berries like blueberries and bilberries and things like that. These are protective compounds for our eyes. They are not things that we eat typically in the American diet, unfortunately, whether it's spinach, kale, collard greens, mustard greens, those kinds of things that deliver
I keep waiting
abundance.
for you to say carrots, because for years, didn't they tell us that carrots were supposed to be really good for our eyes? That's an old wives' tale?
It's a fallacy. Yeah, carrots contain beta-carotene, not high levels of lutein and zeaxanthin. And beta-carotene, certainly when we're growing and developing vision, beta-carotene can be important, but the most important carotenoid for the vision is lutein and zeaxanthin and astaxanthin. Those are the ones that are directly stored and concentrated in the eye and are actually part of the visual system, both in our functional vision and protecting the eye long term. But now this is the fun stuff in terms of today. Progress in retinal and eye research. Macular lutein and zeaxanthin, for example, improve visual performance. For example, they reduce glare disability, that glare that as we get older gets harder and harder to accommodate when we drive or when we go outside and it's bright out.
Yep.
Glare disability and discomfort. It speeds photostress recovery, meaning when we stress the cells in our retina due to bright or dark, typically bright, we recover more quickly when we have more abundant levels of lutein and zeaxanthin.
That's interesting.
And it enhances chromatic contrast. So meaning that it improves the contrast of our vision, like the contrast on our phone or TV, through purely optical means by absorbing shortwave light anterior to the foveal cones, which is a part of the retina. Journal of Food Science, results showing that retinal lutein and zeaxanthin reduce glare disability and discomfort, reduce photostress recovery times, and enhance contrast are significant. Macular pigment, lutein and zeaxanthin, improves glare performance through absorption of forward scatter and shortwave blue light. It actually works like a better pair of internal sunglasses.
Amazing.
The idea that retinal lutein and zeaxanthin can improve glare is based largely on a basic filtering mechanism. When intense light enters the eye, it can cause discomfort, disability, and temporary blindness due to photopigment bleaching. The latter two, in particular, are reduced by simple filtering scattered light. One more. Applied ergonomics. In particular, long-term computer display light exposure may lead to visual function changes, damage. Visual function in healthy subjects who received the lutein supplement improved, especially in contrast sensitivity, suggesting that higher intake of lutein may have beneficial effects on the visual performance. So we'll talk tomorrow about lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, and visual performance when we use computers and smartphones and things like that to help protect us from the blue light they contain.
Absolutely. And then I did put the chart up here for the Choco Nuvo. We are done. Do you believe we only have about 2 minutes left in this hour?
I know.
This night flew by. But just to show you real quickly what those choices were, because thousands and thousands of people are stocking up on their Choco Nuvo.
Way ahead on both products on Choco Nuvo, which goes away until October. But again, Choco Nuvo, you will not find a better tasting dark chocolate anywhere in the world. You will not find a creamier dark chocolate anywhere in the world. You will not find a dark chocolate that lowers cholesterol like this anywhere in the world. There's nothing like it. It's only 26 calories. It's low in sugar, low in carb. It's just a really exceptional extract of the cocoa bean. And best pricing ever. The 300 count is the largest size we've ever done.
Yep.
And in addition, you save $10 if you get a second 300 count, because
Yes.
it goes
Or
away
third
until
or fourth.
October.
As many as you want to buy the 300 on those additional
we
orders.
were going to have a limit, but there's no limit.
That's nice.
So you could get as many as you want, and second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever you might choose if you're getting together with others and buying a few. Every subsequent one is $10 off our best price ever.
And then remember, you get Mariel's new Choco Nuvo cookbook included
Right.
as well. And the best part about this, it's healthy chocolate. It's chocolate. When you eat this chocolate, it helps to lower your cholesterol. Will lower your total and LDL cholesterol. You're choosing a couple things. You're choosing the size you want, and then you're choosing the amount of cacao bean you want, whether that be 66, 74, or 91% cacao bean. You decide the potency. So if you are a diehard milk chocolate person, go with the 66. If you want something a little bit richer but so delicious,